Hey friend, welcome. If we haven't met yet, I'm Jen. I'm a part-time online clothing reseller, which means I go to thrift stores, I buy used clothes, I list them on eBay and Poshmark and sell them for profit. Hopefully. That's always the plan. Usually I do a ship with me video where I share what I am selling on a regular basis. However, today I have kind of, I think it's an exciting little announcement. It's two parts. I'm gonna get real chatty, but the TLDR is I am announcing my store, my eBay store, and my Poshmark store, and my Depop store, and I also have a pretty major sale announcement that I want to share with you as well. So here's where I get chatty. All of that information is in the description, so you can just click on any of the links. However, if you're leaving and you don't want to hear all the story, make sure you give me a thumbs up on the way out. I would appreciate it a ton. Thank you so much. Okay, so if you want to hear the story, I will let you know. I have not shared my my closets, my stores, for safety reasons. That's been the biggest issue. I didn't really think about it when I was first starting out, and it's actually been on my channel the whole time. I actually did a video almost 3 years ago where I started my eBay store and went through the whole process and shared that process in a vlog. When I set it up, I was still working out of my closet. I'm now in my garage, and I just had bins in my master bedroom closet. And so I called it the wardrobe in the closet because I mostly sell clothes. And it was kind of a little play on C.S. Lewis's Chronicles of Narnia, which is like my all-time favorite book series. Always will be. So that is why it's called the wardrobe in the closet. It's the wardrobe in the closet on eBay. On Poshmark, on Depop, it's just wardrobe in the closet. And on Poshmark, I think it's just my name. I was looking on there and I think it's just my name. It's like at Jenn Mandura, and Jen is 2 N's. So I didn't share it for safety reasons because when I ship out, my address is right on the package. So what I did, and it took me way too long to do it, was I ended up getting a P.O. box so that I could put that address on the labels, and that just made me feel a little bit safer. I'm sure you're fine, but there are some weirdos out there, and I don't really want them to know where I live exactly. So I was being very vague about where I live, but now it'll be easy to find out a little more specific where I live. If you're curious, we live in Indiana. I've said before, when I go to the bins, it's an hour and a half, and I go to the Indianapolis bins. That pretty much limits the area where I live. So I do live in Indiana, and it's a gorgeous fall day here. I love the fall in Indiana. It's beautiful, and we have some really, really lovely sunsets. So people kind of give like meh about Indiana, but there's some really great things about it that I love. So privacy was a big issue, but also something that is really, it's really vulnerable to share my store. I'm pretty realistic about what sells. I tell you, like, I'm not great at pictures, I'm not great at keywords, but now you're gonna see, like, if you go and check out my store, which you don't have to, don't feel like you have to, but if you go and check out my store, and you're gonna see, like, oh, her pictures are terrible. Oh, her titles are awful. There are sometimes I look at a title and I'm like, Banana Republic shirt, blue, large, done. Like, because I can't think of what else could possibly be important about this shirt. And, I try to go in and change things if I can, but my lighting out here sometimes is awful, especially just depending on the weather and if my lights are working. Somebody asked, I'm doing a Q&A video. I don't know if this will be before. I think it's before. I just did a Q&A video, and somebody asked about lighting and pictures with like whites and blacks, and I don't have good advice because I my pictures are terrible. I don't know. They're not terrible, but I also have some teenagers that take some pictures for me. So not everything is perfect. So it feels very vulnerable. I don't want to be judged based on how what my store looks like. So I do, I always come from, well, I try to always come from an attitude of, I'm not telling you what to do, because I don't think, oh, my dryer was on the whole time. Sorry about that. If that bothered you in the background, I apologize. Anyway, I never want to come across as telling you what to do. I want to be very just sharing what I do, and so it feels very vulnerable to me. So be kind, if you would. If you have thoughts or opinions about my stores, know that I know they're not perfect, and I kind of have an attitude of, I try to have an attitude of, done is better than perfect most of the time. So I did want to announce also that I am having a sale. So right now I have a coupon on my store for 30% off of everything for anyone. But in the description, I actually will have a 40% off coupon for you if you want to use it. If you don't, that's fine. We can still be friends. I don't care. Don't go if you don't want to go. I just know that some people want to check out my store for whatever reason. It is my anniversary in 3 different ways around this week, probably the last week of September, first week of October. So it's my anniversary on eBay. I started selling in September, or I started listing in September and sold my first item in October. And so it's been 3 years that I've been reselling. So it's my anniversary there. It's also my anniversary on YouTube. And I started, sorry, I got real distracted there for a second over nothing. It was nothing. When I started reselling, I just said this in another video, so if you've heard the story before, I'm sorry. When I started reselling, I was really into YouTube at the time. I was watching a lot of YouTube, and I was watching mostly homeschooling moms and like cleaning motivation and the minimalist mom, I love her. And so I was like, oh, if there's reselling content, that would be really great. And so I started looking into resellers. Well, I was only finding resellers who had been reselling for a really long time, or they had huge, massive stores. And while I could glean some things from them, I really wanted to find someone who had some information about like just starting out. And so when I first started YouTube, what I did was just kind of vlog styled my experiences. And so I just was thinking, if I'm looking for this kind of thing, then maybe someone else is looking for it too. So I had another YouTube channel at the time that I kind of abandoned just because I didn't really have time to do 2, and the reselling one was doing better than the other one. And the other one was all about contentment, which is something that's really important to me, and I think that I talk about it a fair amount here as well. So contentment's just super important to me. I think that we compare each other way too much, and it just brings down anyway, that's not the topic today. But so it's my anniversary on YouTube as well. It's also my wedding anniversary. Not today, but the 5th. I forget which day I'm uploading this, but October 5th is my wedding anniversary. My husband and I have been married for 22 years. And so because of those 3 anniversaries kind of colliding together and getting the P.O. box situation taken care of, I thought it would be really fun to run a sale. So if you want to, like I said, no pressure. I'm not going to be upset with you if you don't. But if you want to check out my store, if you find something that you want to buy, there's 40% off for you. That is good through Friday, the 11th? Friday the 11th. Through that whole day. So I hope you enjoy that. If you don't, again, no pressure. I'm not saying you have to buy stuff from me. In fact, if you don't have money, don't do it. Don't be buying stuff that you can't afford. Well, that came off harsh. All right, I think that's it. Please go ahead and like the video if you liked it. I know, chatty Jen, getting distracted. Classic. Subscribe if you enjoy reseller content where the person gets distracted and is chatty a lot, because that's kind of what it looks like around here. And yeah, I think that's it. Make sure, leave a comment. Give me a little celebration emoji. How about that? You can give me a little celebration emoji. I appreciate it. For some reason, I never finished that video. I don't know what happened, but I do want to say thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'll see you soon.